Bada bing, bada boom. Alright, so we're going to, I have to remember the camera thing's down in the bottom right. So we're going to try this thing. We had this idea about a week ago of, on some of our lunch breaks, we're going to try to shoot a video. And we got to talk kind of loud because there's cars and wind. But anyway, and so we'll have a different topic for each one. We've already got a list of several topics that we're pretty passionate about. As far as where we're going to put this video, I think we were going to dual post it on my channel and your channel. Yeah. So
I need to get mine going.
Yeah, you do. Well, she's been moving, so she has a lot going on right now. But anyhow, and I thought today's topic would be one that, you know, we both get asked a lot, her a lot more than me. Just body modification, from, you know, hair color and style, piercings, tattoos, such and such. For myself, I don't have any tattoos, and the only piercings I have are my ears, which I got at like 14, but I'm interested in them. I do want to eventually get like the little one up on the top of the ear. I like to get my,
Cartilage.
Oh, cartilage, yeah. I heard John Belushi, I don't know. Anyway, and the eyebrow one. And as far as tattoos, I already decided that I want to get a Triforce on my back, and an energy sword on one wrist, and Elder Scrolls, the Aegis card, the little dragons going on. But I haven't gotten any of that yet. And yes, I know, I'm super nerdy for getting all these tattoos of video games, but whatever. Get a tattoo of what you love, because you're going to have it for a while, probably. But you, what all tattoos and stuff do you have?
Oh boy.
Let me tell you.
Let me tell you. Well, start with piercings. And I'll say the ones that I've had, if that makes sense. And then I've had the ones that I want. I have my ears. They are gauged to a 000. Oh, you can't really. Well, sizes. I'll explain later.
Okay. Teach me
sensei. And then I have my double, the second pierce hole on my lobes. I had my tragus. I can't remember that's what it's called. It's right this little Healy bob right there. Does that feel weird?
Tickled.
I've had this a surface piercing right here. I'm gonna get that again. I missed that. I've had my LaRoux. I've had the double snake bites. I'm sorry, the spider bites.
I like how they have all these exotic names.
Yeah. I've had my septum. I'm getting that again. I've had the double nose. I've had my cheeks, which I miss the most, but I can't have that in this job or any professional job, which makes me. That's why I have dimples, everyone.
Really? They said you couldn't have them?
Well, I don't think they'd let me have them there, but those are pretty severe, anyways.
You already have them on your chest.
Yeah, but I can cover those. These are. I'll figure it out. Those are my favorite piercing. I love the cheek piercings. My body normally they're not easy to heal. Mine did really well. Oh. I have dermals, subdermals. I have them all. I have 8. One right here. I had 2 more, but took them out. I've had dermals on my hips. I have a double belly button. I used to have my nipples done. I've had a lot.
And how much do you like pain?
They don't hurt. It's like pain that goes like that. Like the tattoos are worse because tattoos you can
when I got my ears pierced, I did it at Walmart, and they hurt for like 3 days.
Oh yeah, well you're not supposed to do them with a gun. You're not supposed to do them with a gun. That ruins,
And so that kind of traumatized me. That's one of the reasons I haven't gotten any piercings since then, because it was like so painful. So what's the difference between the gun and like the hot needle? Is that the usual way?
I don't even think they use a hot needle when I do mine. It's just the needle. Usually, I think it's hollow, so when it goes through your ear, it doesn't. Because what it is, the gun just jams it through your ear, and it damages all the. I used to know all the extra information, but I kind of lost it. But it damages all your tissue. So that's why sometimes I had my cartilages done with the gun, and they came out because I had gotten a haircut. For some reason, I took them out, and then it closed. But there's like big, huge cartilage bumps, and that's what happens. Like it ruins your skin.
Like I've gotten like infections and stuff.
Yeah,
like,
and
I don't have any now, but
these were done with a needle that was hollow, and these, they're like kind of scarred, but that's because I put a hole in my cheek.
But quick question before you tell us about your tattoos. The ones on your chest, is there like a stopper that goes on the other side, or how do you like?
It's shaped like an oval or a long stretched oval. It's got a screw in it. It's attached on one side in like holes so the skin can anchor. And then This is just
So
jewelry
it's
screwed
like
on.
you just like.
Yeah, like what they do is this is gonna be disgusting for some of you, so you might not want to listen. They take
Body modification, everybody.
yeah. I mean, there's still stuff that not necessarily grosses me out, but kind of makes me like queasy, and it's not because I don't want to like it, just because sometimes blood. I can't watch people pierce me.
When I think about patellas and how gross patellas are, I'm just like, it's a sack of fluid inside your knees and elbows.
Yeah.
Anyway, so those little plates are constantly in there.
Yeah, this is in there. And for me to take these out, I have to get them surgically removed. Like this top rod is not happy right now. You get it's kind of hard and it hurts, so this one might have to go bye-bye. But dermals are never. I mean, hello everybody. Piercings are never actually permanent. They are. Your body will eventually. It might not be 5 years from now. It might not be 2 months from now. Your body will eventually always reject it.
It's like a tree pushing out a nail.
Yeah, like eventually your body's like, nope, I'm done.
And yeah, and infection is definitely a big concern that a lot of people have to deal with. And you know, I think that's part of, to sort of segue. I know you never got to tell your tattoos. You can say in a second, but I was going to say, I think that's one of the reasons that tattoos and body modification in general have such a bad rap. Is that it tends to be associated with like sort of seedy, criminal, you know, like in someone's garage, and it's like there's plenty of professional places you can go to have it done properly, where you're really leaf blower. Anyway, or sorry, weed whacker. We need little microphones. I bought one, but it doesn't work very well.
Future, guys, future.
Future, yeah. If you want to see better tech, you know, better sound and stuff, then you need to like and favorite and share this video so that we can start spending more on it. But anyway, and you know, there's professional places, and a lot of people look at it and it's like, oh, I don't want to spend hundreds of dollars on a tattoo that I could get, you know, Jimmy's cousin to do for 50. It's like, yeah, but you're not just paying for the tattoo, you're paying for the fact that it's probably going to be less lopsided, and also the fact that you're less likely to get herpes. Like, it's just, like...
Well, it's because, yeah, the reason it's so expensive is because... Yay, freight trucks. The reason it's more expensive is because you're paying...
I got the name of the segment. Lunchtime with LaRoux.
Oh, huh, that's cute. It's very stupid, but it's LaRoux.
LaRoux, sorry. Lunchtime with LaRoux. Anyway, sorry.
That works. You're cute. Okay. What was I saying?
You're paying for your job.
Yeah, you're paying for them to sanitize everything. You're paying for them to have a clean, like, if you can't smell clean when you go into a tattoo shop, don't get your tattoo there. Don't get your piercings there. Like, what I love about the tattoos is that smell. Or just lotion. Or, like, stuff they use for when they tattoo you. Oh, it smells heavenly.
Things said in videos, thing I love about tattoo is the smell.
Yeah. Yeah, it's antiseptic stuff they use. If
like
you don't like it,
smell.
if it does not turn you on a little when you walk by a tattoo shop, then you are not a human being. You are not meant for tattoos. I'm just kidding.
That's funny. But it's like eye surgery. You know, I recently got PRK, and I did a lot of research before I went with the place. And the place I went with was La Jolla LASIK, and luckily they did a great job. And you know, I've got 2015 in one eye. People talking. Anyway, I got 12-15 in one eye, and I got 20-20 plus. Or sorry, 20-15, not 12-15. I got good eyesight. Fuck that shit. And it's because I paid $4,800 for both eyes, not per eye, but total. And it was a clean facility. It was all very professional. I've had multiple checkups. I've got more checkups on the way. And the doctor's actually very specific about who she'll do surgery on, because if you're not a good candidate, she'll straight up tell you the chances of you having better eyesight after this surgery are not that high. Like, I wouldn't recommend it. In fact, that's why I was given PRK instead of LASIK, because LASIK is more difficult, and also the healing time is faster, but it scars more. I forget what the specific word. But anyway, as far as body modification, which eyesight does kind of fall under, yeah, I think it's pretty obvious. Don't go for the cheap stuff unless you like, dancing with the devil as far as disease and stuff like that. But also, especially for something like a tattoo, like, how many terrible tattoos have you seen? Like, I love going on Tumblr or whatever and look up like terrible tattoos, and You get all the ones with like horrible grammar or like super lopsided, you know, lack of proportion, blah. Because it's not Photoshop. There is no undo button in tattoos, and you know, you're kind of stuck with it. You can get rid of tattoos, but it's expensive. There's scarring. It takes a while.
It's gonna hurt more than getting it off.
Yeah, it's gonna hurt a lot, and you know, it's a waste of money. So rather than risk having to possibly spend that money on getting it taken off and the pain, just go to a good place. But anyway, I think that's pretty obvious. I think the most meaty part of this discussion is definitely like the kind of reactions that you face. Me not having anything too obvious. I mean, Avarra did this to my hair and it's already like kind of washing out. We gotta touch it up before VidCon. But this is like pretty much the wildest my hair has ever been, and it's really, to me, it's not even that different. Like this, people have to be pretty close to realize that this is a buzz cut. It's actually pretty long. Whereas you've had like bizarre hair colors all the time. And the worst I've ever gotten was just like, it's kind of strange. I've never like gotten anything really bad, but we live in Southern California, so we have a lot of, you know, alternative type people here. So, but you have had a lot of interesting and not so positive reactions to the various choices of body modification.
Well, yeah. Strangely enough, most older people actually like my dermals because
I was just gonna say, we get a lot of older people come up and say your hair is awesome. So that's nice.
Yeah. So this whole thing that older people are so against stuff, that's not necessarily true. I actually have more problem with parents being upset. Because telling you the truth, guys, if your kid is doing well in school and they're behaving, let them color their hair. But by the time they get out of high school, they can't do that anymore. They'll be lucky if they find a job like us that they can do it.
Well, they need us. That's why they let us.
I also don't deal with customers. I mean, besides on the phone. But anyways.
Well, there's always wins. But anyway.
Exactly. Well, not when I have my dreads and I'm so excited, guys. But,
yeah, this is the most normal her hair has been in a long time, and it's only because she's in the process of getting some turquoise dreads that we are going to be filming when she puts them in, so she can show us all how that works.
Yeah. I was doing my I was lightening my roots. That's why it's not fun blue. It's all nasty right now. But
yeah, soccer moms are kind of.
And I meet some that are not bad, that aren't bad about it. They're like, what I do for my sisters, because my mom doesn't want them to dye their hair, even though I'm like, Kool-Aid and blonde hair should be okay. Because, or even dyeing their hair of manic panic. I'm like, seriously, my sisters are doing really well in school and they just want it so bad. But it also doesn't help that some schools are so against it right now. But I'm like, guys, let them have fun for a little while. Let them be an individual. But anyways.
Have weird hair color like everybody else on YouTube.
I don't care about that.
I just have to jump across the street and murder that freaking leaf blower guy. He's like 200 feet away. How is it so loud? Like Houston. Well, what age did you start getting tattoos and stuff? What was your first?
My first tattoo, I was 21 and a half. And I remember because 20 and a half, because I couldn't drink yet. I don't know why I remember that, but mine was, all my tattoos are dedicated to somebody in my life for some reason. My first tattoo was dedicated to my grandmother. Not my grandmother, it was more like my life, which has been kind of ups and downs like everyone, but the beginning was not that great. And then I had my aunt, who's now my mom, adopt me, which made it way better. Fantastic, actually, but I have a koi fish and water on my head.
Are you going to show any of them?
I could do that in another video, right? I don't want to like be flapping.
Dude, you gotta show them. You're telling them about it. There's nobody here except for the leaf blower guy. You can't see us.
You won't be able to see it though.
You can kind of see it.
Right, but yes. Anyways.
See, koi fish, everybody.
Put a better picture later or whatever.
Yeah.
But
well, you model, so you have you know photos out there. Do you have an official modeling profile that people can go to?
Yeah, LaRoux.
Okay, yeah.
Anyways.
We'll put the link in the description if you want to see better pictures of her tattoos and body stuff, you know, and some of the rad hair colors and costumes she sported. Check the description. Go to her Facebook. Is it Facebook page?
Yeah,
Facebook page where she has photos. And eventually we're supposed to do a punk rock one someday.
It'll happen.
It'll happen.
Let's just wait till I have my dreads, okay? So
yeah. Okay.
Anyways, then the next one I got was my back tattoo? Yeah. My back tattoo is actually specifically dedicated to my grandmother that passed away. It's a mixture of a bonsai tree and a cherry blossom tree, and it's my whole back. That one is I can't really show you. I will have to. You'll have to. I'm not flipping my bra for certain stages.
Yeah, it's funny because you know, she has all these tattoos and piercings and stuff, but she's actually a fairly, I wouldn't say secretive person, but she's fairly modest. Me, first chance I get, shirt off.
I wouldn't really
like,
say that though. I do burlesque. I take my clothes off.
But you always keep that little bit hidden.
Oh yeah, that's the point.
And plus, that's performing. But no, it's just funny because, you know, I'm a nudist. This is no secret, and it's just interesting about cliches because a lot of people, will like look at somebody with piercings and be like, oh, they're probably a criminal. Oh, they probably do drugs. Oh, they, you know, probably get naked and have sex all the time. And it's like,
okay, that's not bad.
Don't put the ass in assumptions, okay? Anyway, so what was the most painful body modification you've ever done?
Oh, I'm not done with my tattoos yet.
You really want to go on for like half an hour?
No, I got lotus blossoms on my hip bones.
Okay.
And then I have the key, which is really hard to watch. Like, you won't be able to see it. It's white. It looks like a scar. You can't see it. I have a key and a key lock. There's a bigger shirt behind that one. But anyways, yeah, those are the ones. And they're a lot. They're very big, but I'm getting more. I want an owl right here. Yeah, I won't even go there. I want to be covered. But the most painful
painted lady
piercing, or do you want to do each one? Piercing. Oh, my nipples. That hurt. The first one was fine. Well, the thing is, I got my dermals, my 4 dermals at the same time, and then she did the first nipple, and then the second one, because my body was like, no more adrenaline. So I was like, holy crap, that hurt.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I mean, I had my septum. That didn't really hurt. That was just more a weird feeling. Oh, I can't wait to get that again.
I wonder, it'd be nice if we had like body modification part 2 and we got some dude with his man parts pierced and asked him how that process was, because I cannot imagine how much that would hurt.
And the healing process is really long, and actually a lot of people, the guy I talked to, not that he's my friend, so we're discussing piercings with my group of us, but
it's okay. Random people talk about genetic piercing. It's just thing that happens.
It's also he says that he has to take it out every time he has sex because it actually hurts. It does not feel good no matter how long it's healed.
That's such a misnomer.
But everybody's different. Everybody's different. But the thing is, most girls are like, no, that doesn't feel any different. It's just for looks.
Also, you know, it's the whole freaking industry of just make yourself look different and feel different. Like, oh, people will like it. It's like, there's no guarantee. A lot of people, I feel like, would be freaked out. Like, I love tattoos and modification and that, but if I started dating a new guy, don't worry, I'm not planning to start dating anyone new. But if I did, and he like suddenly dropped his trousers and was like covered in piercing, I would have a moment of pause. I would be like, I don't know if that would actually feel good. In fact, I'm thinking metal is cold, and just no. Actually, no. Sorry if you guys had hopes of getting, you know, in a relationship with me and you're covered in piercings. It could possibly still happen. I'm not counting on it. I'm in a happy relationship now. But if you're doing it to impress chicks, maybe don't. Rant.
No, don't be doing stuff to impress somebody else. That's stupid.
Yeah, and that should definitely be a significant point in body modifications, and that's something that we were actually talking about when we were talking about this in the car a couple weeks ago. Always make sure it's for you, not for other people, for multiple reasons. One, you should never, you know, put yourself in pain or massive expense or whatever for other people.
Yeah, no.
And also, they are the one that's going to have to live with it. You are, you know. Don't let your boyfriend pressure you into getting his name tattooed on your chest when you might break up with him, or he might turn out to be a total douchebag and you want to like erase every memory of him. Like, you don't want to.
There was ginger in that last bite. Wow. I love ginger, but that was in a arugula salad.
But yeah, you know.
I'm like stuffing my face as you're talking.
You are like 10 pounds. You weigh 10 pounds. You're fine.
I don't. Anyways.
But yeah, you are going to be living with us for a while. I know we said that you can get rid of tattoos, but as we also said, it's expensive, it's painful.
And not all tattoos, if it's thick line and it's done well, it's going to be
and there's scarring.
Painful, yeah.
And just be aware of that, you know. It's kind of, as much as I love tattoos and stuff like that, I'm still against people just being like, woo, let's get a tattoo, without any prior, you know, thinking about it or anything.
The thing is, if they want to do that, they want to do that, because actually everybody tends to do the whole, you always need a meaning behind your tattoos. Technically, because you get a tattoo that you randomly like for no reason, that still technically means something to you because you thought, hey, that's cool. That kind of talks about.
I'm not talking about meaning. I'm just saying, like, don't, you know, go from 0 to 80 and just be like, I'm gonna get a tattoo today. Like, look up the prices and the dangers and stuff like that, as you should with anything.
Yeah.
Like, you know, breast enlargement. Like, that's also another form of body modification.
Yes, it is. So don't act like it's not. Don't be tattooed and all that stuff, and then make somebody with fake boobs make fun of them. That's stupid.
Yes.
You're a hypocrite.
The biggest hypocrite. And I mean, it's a whole other thing, but that is something that I have gone through various evolutions of opinion towards. You know, for a while I kind of bought into the whole like, ew, it's gross or whatever. At this point, like, we have a coworker who has fake boobs and they look great, and I was actually really surprised. I didn't know that they were fake until she had to go get them redone, and it was like, wow, I just thought you had amazing tits. But at the same time, for me personally, I would never want to get it because I'm too afraid of infection, and also just, I don't like the idea of foreign objects inside of my body. Like, with piercings, it's like epidermis, so it's like I can take it out. But with boobs, it's literally inside of your body.
As you grab them.
Yes. These are boobs. Did you know that these are boobs? Anyway, sunburn.
Wow, we were really bad at long videos.
No, I was planning on like 20-something minutes. Because, I mean, they're discussions, you know? You're here for the long haul. Although, if you would like to leave a comment and guide us and tell us, like, oh, too long, too short, you know, more of this, less of this.
Not enough boobs.
Not enough boobs. That's always a concern. There can always be 900,000% more boobs.
Mine can't. Sorry, guys.
But you know, and that's actually that's going back to the don't get body modifications to please other people. Again, breast augmentation. So many girls get it to please their boyfriends, and you know, I can understand like wanting to make yourself look so someone like, you know, is more attracted to you. I'm not going to throw that out the window, but you gotta ask yourself, if they are pressuring you to go through that much pain and expense just so that they can enjoy looking at you more, like, is it fair? What are they doing to make you happy? You know, make sure that it's equal, because that's what breaks my heart, is when I constantly see these relationships that are very unequal, and one person does all the sacrifice and the other person does all the taking, and that, you know, extends beyond just physical appearance. But you know, I'm not going to say don't get breast implants just to make your boyfriend happy. If you really want to, and it's really going to make him happy, and you've checked with him, because some guys don't actually like, you know, fake boobs. Believe it or not, some guys prefer real boobs, or they say they do.
Or small ones.
Or small ones, itty bitty titties. I'm a big fan of if it matches the body type. That's my 2 cents. Is you know, if you're a super skinny girl and you get yourself some like triple D's.
No, you know what?
I've seen girls pull it
no,
off.
whatever, I'll take that back. Whatever makes you happy.
Yeah, no, I've seen girls work it out. I'm just saying that, you know, look at other girls who have done the same thing and realize that, you know, it can go well or it can go incredibly badly. So don't like look at a Barbie doll and be like, oh, I'm gonna look like that. Like, first of all, you shouldn't want to look like the Barbie dolls, because those proportions, you would die. your waist would snap. I've been talking for like 10 minutes straight. I'm sorry. You have anything else you want to weigh in on there? Any salient points you want to throw out there over the cars?
All right, robot.
My voice is kind of shot because I was up late talking to my boyfriend. I'm in love, everybody.
Yeah. Oh, new love.
Shut up.
Yeah, I'm still madly in love with my boyfriend. It's 5 years. So
yeah, I know. I was like,
it's
you're
fine.
like old and not married, but
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway.
We're technically already married, but we're not married.
See, her boyfriend is cool because he is a super laid-back guy. His nickname is actually Apathea.
Yeah, but let me go into that, actually. The boyfriends that are good for... Because actually, I can't really know. I don't really say his name.
No, I just said his nickname.
Yeah. I don't know.
nobody just cares. He has a super generic name. It's not like
okay, it's whatever. Anyways,
if
he
people
cares.
want to know, they will find out.
He cares. Anyways, well, he is the kind of person that for the longest time wouldn't tell me what color was his favorite on a woman, wouldn't tell me about any like haircut, anything, because he didn't want me to choose because of his likes.
Which is so sweet.
Yes, and finally I could tell he was drunk one time, and I'd mentioned that I was going to dye my hair brown, and he got all like a smiley face, and I'm like, oh, I think I figured out what you like. But he doesn't. He's like whatever makes you happy, because he doesn't want me to alter myself.
And that
anyway,
that's a sign of a great marriage. My boyfriend's the same way, because I told him that she and I were looking at hair colors, and I was like, what do you think I should do? And he's like, do whatever makes you happy. And I was like, that's out of the sappy but adorable boyfriend handle. Whereas in contrast, when I was younger, there was a guy, you probably know him, but I'm not going to say his name, who I was super, super, super crushing on. And I knew he liked black hair, so I would dye my hair black, like, all the time, and I'd wear it all black, and I would just, like, try to mold myself into the kind of girl that he liked. And it's funny, because this actually just reminded me of that whole, I think it was it Joey Graceffa, or I don't know, it was some YouTuber who got in a lot of trouble recently, well, like a year ago now, because he and his friends made this video about what guys look for in girls. And I didn't overreact to it quite as much as other people did, because I understood that it was what these particular guys look for in girls. And it's fine to have preferences. I mean, They are what they are. But the reason that this video blew up so much is that these guys, these cute young YouTubers, which, you know, has taken over YouTube, and there's a lot of young girls who watch their videos and who live by their words and will go out of their way and do whatever they can to look and match these what guys want things. And that's so sad, because you are a beautiful flower, a beautiful, unique flower, and you should not feel compelled to change yourself for other people. And this is something I've struggled with a lot, mostly personality, somewhat physical, but and the older I get, that's the best advice I can give you, kids. And I mean, it's probably advice that you've heard a lot already, but be yourself. If you be yourself, you do the modifications that you want to, or don't do the modifications, as long as you're kind to others, and as long as you
respect others.
Yes.
Just because you're different or normal does not mean you can go point out that somebody looks weird.
Respect others and respect yourself.
Weird.
I think the world would be a much nicer place if everybody was just a little nicer. Like Derek says, you know, kindness is magic. So.
Aww.
Do you want to throw anything out there, or should we wrap it up? We're at 27, so. We're
Can't make it 30. Just kidding.
Yay! I don't know. I said this like lovely little poetic bit, but we're not editing these, by the way. We're shooting them on my phone during our lunch break, and then uploading them straight from my phone to YouTube while we're working. So, yeah.
So no jump.
No, we're good.
Not that I might have whatever.
Jenny Marbles made fun of.
Oh, whoa.
Jenny. Oh, Jenny. Jenna actually is funny. She, like, I love how her hair color changes sometimes.
Have you seen the episode where she does her own hair?
No. No, but I know that the video that she got super popular from was how to trick boys into liking you, or something like that. It was like basically like
how to trick people into thinking you are good
attractive.
looking.
Yeah. And it's funny because she's an excellent role model. As much as she swears in that respect, I feel like she's an excellent role model in that, you know.
She's smart.
She's smart.
Goofy.
She's goofy. She's smart. She's talented. She's brutally honest, which is something I can really relate to. And a lot of people like to say, like, you know, oh, tell me how it is and I can take it. But a lot of people say that, and then you actually do tell them how it is, and
they get butthurt.
They get butthurt. They get mad butthurt. But at the same time, do make sure that you don't go out of your way to be mean, because there's a difference. You can be honest without being mean. And I'm getting into another topic. Tag.
Eat the food. Eat the food. Anyways.
You can tell how much more talking I've been doing by like the fact that this is all I've managed to eat.
And I've eaten my salad and my pasta and my bread.
Okay. I'll give you the last minute. There's 1 minute till 30. So go.
What?
So okay.
I'm not a monkey.
Well, what do you want? What do you want from your channel? I know we talked about this a little bit in the old other video that we did last week, which will be in the description. You can watch it, where we talked a little bit about YouTube. But tell us what you want to get out of YouTube, what you would like to see, what some future topics that you'd like to talk about, and
Well, I already
want to
said-
know if people are interested in.
Oh, the Diaries of a Belly Dancer. I think actually what I might do is actually like get ready for gigs and just talk on the camera about things while I get ready for stuff.
That'd be awesome.
And then that'd be awesome because there's
It'd be
a lot
like
of
part
issues.
tutorial and part
Yeah,
rant.
yeah, exactly. Not even rant, maybe more like talking about the issues. Because every grouping of people, there are divas, there are cattiness, there's drama.
That was a Frozen moment. Chocolate.
Sorry, I'm not a big fan of Frozen, guys. So
I
right,
will
so
let
this
it
is why
go.
we work because
Let it go.
No, shut up. This is why we'll work because we're like kind of opposites. I think she likes stuff and I'm like, how do you not like?
I like
what
stuff and she doesn't.
And then sometimes I like stuff and she doesn't. Like, how do you not like Once Upon a Time?
That is a future topic.
See, this. It's already 3:22, guys. Remember,
Yeah. Okay,
stay
we gotta
classy,
go.
San Diego.
We gotta go. Our lunch break is almost over, and our boss is gonna be like, "What were you doing? Trying to make yourselves into YouTube celebrities so you can quit the job and go make videos for a living?" Rah.
Except for that's not what they would say at all. But anyways.
Yeah. No, they're actually quite supportive, but just not financially supportive. Anyway, thanks for watching. Again, if you like this kind of segment, let us know. Leave a comment. Tell us, this was fun, this was sucky, this was useful, I want to hear you talk about this subject or that subject, I want you to make the videos longer, I want you to make the videos shorter, Tell us, it's okay, you can be as brutally honest as you want, I'm used to it, and I won't let her read the comments, so if you want to be mean, I'll just make sure she doesn't read
thanks.
them. And
Because that doesn't really help at all.
And, I would really like us to be able to do this more often and stuff like that. And we're going to try to fit in our lunch breaks. But it's super helpful if you share the video with your friends. And, be like, hey guys, like if you have a friend, for instance, this episode, if you have a friend who's interested in tattoos or piercings or something like that, then be like, hey, you might want to watch this video. They say some cool stuff. I'm presuming that we're saying cool stuff, but they say some cool stuff about this subject.
Or tell us if you want us to go into depth about stuff, because I could talk all day about tattoos and piercings.
Yeah, we could. Yeah, I know. We could
All
definitely do, additional section video type things of certain subjects. Like just the fact that we mentioned modification now doesn't mean we've exhausted the topic by any means.
I don't even think that I touched like
The very surface.
Yeah.
We're like, all right. 32 minutes. Thanks for watching. If you like, leave a comment, and we'll see you in this video. Bye.